Marco Dominic Gonzalez. So, watch my last video and then, um, you know, what's going on, man. Uh, well, again, going back to when I was, so now on this box, another manufacturer from SA, is that South Africa? I mean, we didn't even discuss that get the conversation for that. Um, um, I mean, what's really going on here? I'm serious, man. And then, so when one of the clerks is again about, okay, what's the packaging like, and we go through, and then, okay, what was the, do you remember the packaging before, and how packaging was other? Did you look at any of the other things? Because it's almost, it's almost like it's almost like I think whoever was talking to the clerk is asking questions himself, or herself. And I'm hoping that's a surprise for them. Because again, I grew up drinking Coors, and I drank Killing Irish Red for years, man. I mean, and to say I had a bad experience is minimizing it. I didn't have a bad experience. I had a really bad with a chemical in the second beer, and nothing in the first beer. Nothing in order for me to look at the bottle to think that I had a non-alcoholic beer, and knowing that it's not labeled and having to look at laws and everything else. And so my question on camera now is, at some point, did they label the Irish Killian beer, and recent to March 2012, they stopped all of a sudden? I have, so on the old packaging, with the old bottles, was there a label for alcohol content in Arizona? I want to know the answer to that. And then all of a sudden on this new packaging, there is no labeling of alcohol. Because again, and I covered this on the other video, if you go to the store, if you go to the Safeway store, you'll see some of the, because I saw, some of the beers are labeled with alcohol content, some of the beers aren't. There's no consistency anywhere to why is that labeled with alcohol? Why is that not labeled with alcohol? It makes you say to yourself, and at the end of the day, even if Coors, Miller Coors, will say, well, look, Dominic, even if we put the 5% on there, and even if we put hops and someone can still unpackage that. Absolutely, somebody can still unpackage that. That's what I want to get to. But was it done before, meaning the government intrusion is at the facility, getting the beer that is brewed, unpackaging there, or is it done here in Tucson or Phoenix? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm trying to get to that. This is for the whistleblower, the person with the conscience, somebody that really knows. And then what are the conversations after the fact? That's the most important thing. When I'm off the phone with each clerk, and they're sitting in a room with somebody, what are the conversations after the fact? And then where's the government intrusion? Because I'm under a severe government intrusion. The government would have to then investigate that. Was a toxicology done on the residue on the bottles of beer that I kept? If you are a person with conscience, and you're the secretary of conscience, or you're someone that the president would appoint to say what happened, wouldn't you say, well, wait a minute, man, we have to do a toxicology on the residue of each bottle? And how can the government intruder investigate themselves? This is always my question with a lot of the incidents. When the government intrusion is sabotaging the evidence, taking it away, deleting it, causing obstruction, how are you going to investigate yourself, man? How? But I still want to know what is the conclusion to, because you legally have to investigate this. You had to investigate it then. You still have to investigate it now. But hopefully people with a conscience, but 2 years have elapsed, man, so it gives them the time to say, let's come up, what is your story? I want to hear that story.